Hi, I'm Cindy Eizaguirre with a look at your headlines from across North Texas. A lot of parents can't pursue a better paying job because affordable care is hard to find for their children. Brittany Costello shows us how a program in Fort Worth is helping them solve both problems at the same time.
Playtime is an easy part of the day for Elizabeth Herrera and her 4 children.
You're my little chef.
Herrera is a single mom.
Yeah, we need some more food.
She says putting real food on the table and paying bills is hard to do.
I just try to make it day by day.
She can't afford childcare, so she can't work. But Fort Worth's Center for Transforming Lives started a new workforce pilot for moms like her.
Our entire goal is to disrupt the cycle of poverty.
CEO and President Carol Klosick says the families they work with average just $18,000 a year.
Their number one barrier is childcare. The second barrier that is most common is cost.
Herrera is 10 weeks into a new pharmacy tech certification program. While she's learning, the center watches her children for free.
As a mom, I want more. And mostly doing it for them.
Herrera is one of 20 women in the course. 4 others are getting their forklift certification.
Entry level income is at least $45,000. They can work full time and they can have benefits for themselves and their families.
The pilot is just the beginning.
They have big plans to turn this entire building into a workforce institute with childcare. They are hoping to get started on that late next year.
Herrera is hoping by that time she will be working as a pharmacy technician.
But he was still hungry.
Not only to provide a better life for her children,
I hope it's something for them to say, oh, she didn't.
but to teach them it's never too late to dream big.
They want a house, a big house, a big yard. So yes.
And you're determined.
Oh yeah. It's always I think that's gonna be the main goal.
In Fort Worth, I'm Brittany Costello.
It is gearing up to be a busy 4th of July weekend, and Dallas City leaders say they're not taking any chances. Richard Solomon shows us the new safety plans and the warnings going out ahead of the holiday weekend.
As many of us prepare for the 4th of July weekend,
preparations for this weekend did not begin yesterday.
Dallas safety leaders, they want to make sure it ends with memories, not emergencies.
If you shoot a bullet in the air, it has to come down. We don't want any accidents or anything that you would not even want to happen.
For the first time, DPD Chief Daniel Como says the city will have multiple highway and road closures during fireworks shows. They're shutting down streets near Fair Park on Friday ahead of the fireworks show planned there. And on Saturday from 9 to 9:30, they're closing down all lanes of Woodell Rogers Freeway for the show at Clyde Warren Park.
We will have an increased presence on the streets in these upcoming days.
And this is the reason why. This past New Year celebration, people turned this bridge into a parking lot, while others fired off round after round of bullets.
That's why we're here today. We're letting them know it's not going to happen again.
Dallas police say fireworks are 100% illegal within city limits, and that is something that they will, of course, be enforcing this weekend. And while there's a safety plan for us,
this is Duke, he's 1 year old.
There's also one in place for our furry friends.
So a simple, fire boom to you may be entertaining, but it's terrifying to the pets.
Jennifer Smith with Dallas Animal Services says more dogs run away during the month of July than any other month. And here at the shelter on Saturday, they're holding its annual Calming with Canines event, where volunteers can spend time with the dogs during the evening. This weekend should be fun for everyone, and they're going to make sure that's all that happens. In Dallas, I'm Richard Solomon.
The World Cup is giving millions of international fans their first look at Dallas Stadium, and a lot of them are leaving in awe. This afternoon, Kevin Reese introduces us to the architect behind the iconic venue.
When Dutch social media star Bernard Gronhoff walked into Dallas Stadium for the very first time, he couldn't believe his eyes. In the Netherlands, he'd never seen anything as grand as this.
It was amazing, and when I walked up to it, it felt so gigantic and like another world almost.
A reaction that brought Brian Truby to tears. Have you seen that?
I have. It can be emotional to see it.
Emotional because Brian Truby is the lead designer for AT&T Stadium. the guiding force behind what Jerry Jones wanted to be the grandest stadium in the world, and the lead designer for SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, both hosting FIFA matches to rave reviews.
And so seeing all that play out is super rewarding.
But FIFA was not an afterthought. Trubia designed both stadiums with a soccer pitch in mind and with the ability to install a raised natural grass field, and stadiums to be centerpieces of larger entertainment districts. FIFA and the Arlington Grand Prix, just the latest proof of that success.
But now with everything being kind of there and in the center, we're ambitious on what's to come and what we can do in the future as well.
The Dallas Stadium has received so many rave reviews that writers from New York have questioned why Dallas, instead of New York, isn't hosting the FIFA Finals match. The designer of this sports palace isn't worried about that.
I think, we're crying all the way to the bank here. We have more games than, anybody else. So I think the benefits, have been extraordinary for our whole region here.
With the whole world watching, the house that Jerry and Brian built. In Dallas, I'm Kevin Reese.
We'll talk about a moment you'll never forget. A 10-year-old boy from Waxahachie was selected as one of the player escorts for a World Cup match in Houston. Scoop Jefferson shows us how Roman Johnson parlayed his love of soccer into an experience he'll never forget.
Roman Johnson is in love with soccer.
When I first played soccer, it felt like it was perfect for me.
And even has his own strategy on controlling the ball.
First, I just close my eyes, breathe, and remember where I think the ball would be.
At age 10, Roman has already racked up years on the soccer field.
How old were you when you first started playing?
4 or 5.
So nothing excited the Waxahachie fifth grader more than learning some of the World Cup games would take place in Texas, except learning this from his mother.
He was chosen out of 1,000 kids to be one of the kids that were chosen to be a player escort.
That's thanks to his dad winning a lottery pick at work for the Japan versus Brazil game at Houston Stadium. That opened the door to Roman escorting Japan star player number 14, Genya Ito, to the soccer field, an unforgettable feeling.
It felt like a whole different thing to do besides FIFA. There were millions of people.
Roman also got to hang out with other young soccer fans at Houston Stadium. His love for the game stems from his mom's years of coaching soccer.
I've played soccer club and select for a long time, and so I've loved soccer, so I'm not new to FIFA.
When asked which team he's keeping his eye on and why.
Brazil, Japan, Argentina.
Roman says he hopes to play professional soccer one day and knows that means more practice and hopefully his own World Cup game in the future. In Waxahachie, I'm Scoop Jefferson.
And that's a look at your headlines from around North Texas.